Okay, this is Go Math lesson 9.5 on expressions and equations 6.EE.9. It's on equations and graphs. The essential question is, how can you translate between equations and graphs? So the solution of an equation in two variables is an ordered pair that makes the equation true. For example, the ordered pair 2, 5 is the solution of the equation y equals x plus 3 because 5 equals 2 plus 3. A linear equation is an equation whose solutions form a straight line on the coordinate plane. Any point on the line is the solution of the equation. So here's a real world problem. A blue whale is swimming at an average rate of 3 miles per hour. Write a linear equation that gives the distance y in miles that the whale swims in x hours, then graph the relationship. So it says, what formula can you use to help you write the equation? So we can use distance equals rate times time, which we've talked about earlier in the year. So it says, write and graph a linear equation. Write an equation for the relationship. So the distance, it's set up here where the distance is going to be y. So distance is y equals the rate, which was, here's my rate, 3 miles per hour. So rate is 3 multiplied by time, and it says my time is going to be x. Step 2, find ordered pairs that are solutions of the equation. Choose several values of x and find the corresponding values of y. So here they started this for you and they did a bunch of different values for x. So they did 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to plug in x into my equation, which was 3 times x. So this first one's been done for you. So it's 3 times 1 equals 3, and my ordered pair is 1, 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing where x is 2. So I'm going to go 3 times 2 is 6, and then my ordered pair will be 2, 6. And now I'm going to do the same thing for 3. So it's going to be 3 times 3 is 9, and my ordered pair will be 3 for my x and 9 for my y. The next one, I'm going to substitute 4 for the x, so 3 times 4 is 12. And then my ordered pair is going to be 4 for the x and 12 for the y. Now, step 3, I'm going to graph this. So graph the relationship, graph the ordered pairs, and draw a line through the points to show all the solutions of the linear equation. So my first one was 1, 3, and they already graphed that one for me. Make sure this is between 2 and 4. You need to put it right in the middle of 2 and 4 to show that that's a 3. The next one is 2 and 6. Make sure you put it right where the two lines intersect. 3 is going to be 3 and 9. So for this one, I'm going to have to go between the 8 and the 10 and graph that. And then 4 and 12. And then I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to connect those points, and that will show all of the solutions for y equals 3x. Okay, example 2. The graph shows the number of beaded necklaces y that Ginger can make in x hours. Write the linear equation for the relationship shown by the graph. Step 1. Use ordered pairs from the graph to complete the table of values below. Look for a pattern in the table. So I'm going then to compare each y value with the corresponding x value. So when x is 0, y is 0. When x is 1, y is 2. When x is 3, y is 6. When x is 4, y is 8. So then I'm going to look for the pattern. So 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And 2 times 4 is 8. So each y value is 2 times the corresponding x value. So my linear equation for the relationship would be y equals 2 times x, or 2x. Okay, question 1. It says explain how to graph a linear equation. So to graph a linear equation, I need to substitute values of x into the equation to find the corresponding values of y. Then I need to write the x and y values as ordered pairs. Then I need to graph the ordered pairs on a coordinate plane and draw a line through the points. Okay, question 2 says, describe a situation in which it would be more useful to represent a relationship with an equation rather than with a graph. So an equation can be used to find the value of the dependent variable for any value of the independent variable, including values that might be difficult to read from a graph. Okay, so next one, it says graph the linear equation y equals x minus 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a table of values, and then I will graph them. So this is my equation right here, y equals x minus 2. So if x is 4, then 4 minus 2 is 2. If x is 6, then 6 minus 2 is 4. If x is 8, then 8 minus 2 is 6. So now I can get my ordered pairs, and then I can graph those. So when x is 2, y is 0. That's going to go right there. When x is 4, y is 2. Going to go right there. When x is 6, y is 4. And then when x is 8, y is 6. And then I'm going to take my ruler and connect the points to show all of the solutions for this equation. So it should look like that. Okay, here's another one. Y equals 3x. So I'm going to make a table of values just like they did. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when x is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. When x is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. When x is 3, 3 times 3 is 9. When x is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to graph it. So when x is 1, y is 3. When x is 2, y is 6. When x is 3, y is 9. And then when x is 4, y would be 12, so it would be off the graph. So then I'm just going to take a ruler and I'm going to connect my points. On this one, I could have done x as 0, and that would have worked better. So there's that one. So if I would have done x is 0, y would have also been 0. So my point would have been right there, but you can see that that shows up on my graph once I draw a line to connect my points. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more problems for you. Write the linear equation for the relationship shown by the graph. So now I'm looking for a pattern. So when x is 2, y is 1. When x is 4, y is 3. When x is 6, y is 5. So I can see every time it's decreasing by 1. So my equation would be y equals x minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to go over here and look at this one. Remember, again, I'm looking for a pattern. So this one, it's when x is 2, y is 1. When x is 4, y is 2. When x is 6, y is 3. So I can see it's decreasing, but it looks like I'm using division. So for this one, it looks like I'm dividing by 2, because 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it's going to be x divided by 2. So y equals x divided by 2. Another way that you could write that one is to say y equals half of x, because those are both the same thing. If you have any questions, you can leave me questions on Google Classroom. Thank you.